I had shared with you last week that I was going to share a video that details the steps that we're taking in our home for the coronavirus. And initially I thought that that would just be one simple basic video that shared details regarding what it is that we're doing, just to make it really clear. And first of all, I do want to say that you may have your own steps that you've felt led to take or that you've researched that you feel really good about that may not be what I'm doing. This video, the information that I share in this video and others like it, won't be to tell you what to do or exactly what needs to be done. I'm just sharing with you what I am doing based off of what I know and what I feel like is best for my family. And you can only do the same for you and your family. So initially I thought that this video would just be one simple video, but it's actually going to be 4 separate videos. And the reason why is because as I was kind of wrapping my head around what I would share in the video, I realized that we are taking some initial steps right now to prepare our bodies and to boost our immune system in preparation for a bigger onslaught of the coronavirus in our immediate area. But I would step things up a bit if I knew that they were closer in our surrounding area. So we live in Utah. If I knew that it was in Utah and it was pretty prevalent there, I would step up the game a bit. If I knew that it was in my own home, I would step it up again. I would be even more aggressive. And so those are 3 videos right there. So it would be the preventative steps that we would take. So it'd be level 1, level 2, level 3. If it's just where it's at right now, there is a little bit of it in the United States, and so there is some concern there, and so we want to prepare our bodies for it, which is the information that I'm sharing in this video. But then also, what if it is in Utah and it is becoming more of a threat? What would I do then? Then I would step it up a notch. That's video number 2. If it is super close, if it's in our neighborhood or even in my own home, what would I do then? That's level 3. That's the 3rd video. The 4th video is what would I do for someone who has the actual infection and it's, for whatever reason, it's not possible to get them to a hospital. What would I do then? So those are the 4 videos that I'm going to share with you. In each one of these videos, there's going to be a printable information sheet that goes along with each video. So please don't feel panicky thinking that you need to scribble down and write down every single bit of information that I share with you in this video, because like I said, it's going to be in the printable information sheet that goes along with the video. So it's just, sometimes I just like to at least give the basic information regarding why I'm doing what I'm doing, but the details of it, like how much vitamin C would an adult take versus a child, that will be in the information sheet, okay? So this may look like a lot, but this is our preventative measures that we're taking right now. And these are just some basic supplements that are fairly affordable. That is something that I keep in mind because I realize that some of you are on a tight budget or that you have larger families, and trying to have some of these supplements or remedies may be kind of expensive for you. But like I said, let me reassure you that you don't have to do everything that I'm mentioning in this video. Go with your gut feeling, go with your instinct, listen to the spirit. What do you feel like you need to be doing for your family, even if it's just one simple thing like vitamin C? Okay, but this is what we're doing to help prepare our bodies for this epidemic that's spreading across the globe. Some of the basics are that we're taking a multivitamin every day. There are so many wonderful multivitamins out there. I'll have a few suggestions that I have in the printable information sheet. Lately, we've been taking the organic multivitamin. It's a whole food based vitamin from Costco. It was on sale. I thought, hey, I'm going to try this. I took it. My body seemed to really like it. And so this is the one that we're taking right now. You only have to take 1 a day, which is great. So it's not that expensive. You can even break them in half if you feel like one is more than your body's really needing. It's just to get those basic nutrients into your body. I especially like that the multivitamin contains vitamin A. So you're getting a good dose of vitamin A in the multivitamin. Vitamin A is a vitamin that tends to be antiviral. So there's kind of that protection right there just from having that multivitamin. And you know, you may choose to not take a multivitamin at all. Perhaps you're choosing to do green smoothies instead, or taking moringa or some other whole foods based supplement that will help supply those nutrients for you. That's entirely up to you. The main point that I'm wanting to make here is I think it's incredibly valuable and important to at least make sure that you're taking some sort of supplement, some sort of powder that is dense in nutrients. So your body has those nutrients to keep the immune system running at optimal levels and to help protect the body from a viral invasion. Okay, and another supplement that we take every day is zinc. That too is just a mineral that's incredibly beneficial, especially for helping to boost the immune system and helping to protect the body from a viral invasion. The next one is vitamin D. There is a vitamin D supplement that I've recommended in the past that I really like a lot. It's in liquid form, but it tends to be pretty expensive, especially if you're having to take a lot of it every single day. I found that just this simple Kirkland vitamin D supplement is great. There are 600 soft gels in here, and each soft gel contains 2,000 IU of the vitamin D. So that's something that can be taken as well. That's one. And so it lasts for a long time, especially if you're needing a lot for your family. The next one is magnesium. I can't stop saying enough about magnesium. Most of us are deficient in magnesium. Magnesium helps open up all valves, vessels, and ducts within the body. It helps relax the body. It helps us respond better to stresses. It helps the body detox better. It helps over 3,000 enzyme reactions in the body. We need to increase the magnesium. This is a protection to us. To be able to have enough magnesium in our body will help boost the immune system. It even helps kick out viral infections. Some doctors in the past have used magnesium alone to help kick out viruses. So I find that interesting. This one is Doctor's Best, and it's just a high absorption magnesium that can be used. It's a magnesium lysate glycinate formula. And some people, they get real picky about what kind of magnesium they're taking. I do kind of lean towards the glycinate form, although there are better absorbable ones, but those tend to be more expensive. With this, at least you're still getting magnesium into the body, and it's not just flushing right through the bowels and doesn't have as high of a tendency to cause diarrhea. So I couple this up with spraying magnesium oil onto the limbs just once or twice a day, even if it's just the bottom of the feet or the back of the neck, just to help get magnesium into the body transdermally. This magnesium oil can be made. It's super easy to make. You just purchase magnesium chloride flakes, take 1 cup of the magnesium chloride flakes, put it in some warm to hot water, stir it up, let it dissolve, bam, you've got your magnesium oil. You can spray that onto the body to get magnesium into the body transdermally. It does take about 6 months for a person who has low magnesium levels, which tends to be most of us, to increase those magnesium levels to optimal levels. So if you're taking it both orally and transdermally through the skin, then you're able to increase that more quickly. This is incredibly valuable, especially if we're wanting to boost our immune system, protect our bodies from a possible onslaught of viruses or pathogens that's coming our way. Okay, so the next supplement is prebiotics. A lot of health experts are saying, take probiotics, take probiotics. Probiotics are great, but they do tend to be pretty darn expensive. And it is good to have different probiotics going through our bodies at different times. We don't have the exact same type of probiotics or good bacteria in our digestive system at all times. It tends to fluctuate. And most people don't know this, but there are different types of good bacteria that exist in the small intestines compared to the large intestines. So you're taking a probiotic, but is that really replenishing the supply of good bacteria in both the small and the large intestines? They may just thrive in one or the other. I think that one of the best things that we can do, and it happens to be a more affordable option, is to take prebiotics every day. And there are known benefits. That there's a doctor by the name of Dr. Nemechek. He is an autism expert, and he has his autistic students or patients, take 2 simple supplements, and that's extra virgin olive oil and a prebiotic powder a couple times a day. And he says he has some pretty amazing results just because of that. And there are several reasons why. I'm not going to go into it here, but I just think that if we are wanting to protect our body, I think that it's far more beneficial to take a prebiotic every day, twice a day, than it would be to take a probiotic. And the reason why I believe this is because we already have good bacteria in our digestive system. If we had zero, we'd be in big trouble. So what we want to do is we want to feed that good bacteria so it starts replicating. By feeding the good bacteria with the prebiotic is feeding both the good type of good bacteria that's in our small intestine and the type of good bacteria that's in our large intestine. So feed, feed, feed. And what it takes is just 1 teaspoon a couple times a day. You can put it in water, you can put it in juice, you can put it in a smoothie, you can stir it into your food. It doesn't matter how you take it. It's pretty darn flexible and it's really affordable. So I buy this bigger bag, 2.2 pounds from Amazon, and I really like this one. There are different types of prebiotics that you can buy. Some of them come from Jerusalem artichoke, some of them are derived from agave, some of them are derived from chicory root. Those are the top 3 main substances that prebiotics are usually made from. This one in particular is made from chicory root, and this is just one that we like and that we think works well. So I think this is incredibly valuable. The reason why we want to be feeding and really making sure that we have a good population of the good bacteria in our digestive system is because the digestive system does tend to make up about 70 or even more % of our immune system. It is a huge contributing factor as to whether we have a good immune system or not. So that's incredibly important. Okay, so the next one is vitamin C. Now, I bought this big thing of vitamin C. You don't need to buy something this big. I just got it from Amazon. They have let me see, this is a 3-pound one. They have 1-pound containers that are similar to this size that are less expensive. They're really, really affordable. I mean, I talk about it in my Beyond Weight and Weeds book. I've talked about it for the last 6 years I've been doing this, but this is, you only have to take 1/4 of a teaspoon several times a day to get 1,000 milligrams, and you just stir it into water or stir it into juice or stir it into your food and take it. You don't want to heat it up because vitamin C is pretty sensitive to heat, but usually I just stir it into a bit of water and I fill up just a jug with some of the vitamin C and I sip on it throughout the day. It's that easy. This is ascorbic acid. A lot of health gurus out there, they don't like taking ascorbic acid because they feel like it's not the whole food form of the vitamin C. This is my opinion, and I'm totally okay with other people disagreeing with where I stand with it. I think that vitamin C in its whole food form is incredibly valuable, but I found that the ascorbic acid form or the sodium ascorbate form, which is a less acidic or non-acidic form of vitamin C, they are more medicinally powerful. You only need small amounts, you get a lot more for your money, and there is plenty of clinical evidence to support and suggest the fact that it can and does have the ability to kick out all types of toxins from the body and boost the immune system too, of course. But that's the valuable part of the vitamin C. You know, it's not just like off the whim, oh yeah, taking vitamin C, that may be a good idea. It helps boost the immune system. Sure, it helps boost the immune system, but if taken in high enough dosages, and if you have enough stored so that you can make a dose with vitamin C should an infection hit, you can help eliminate the toxins, the viruses from the body by megadosing with vitamin C. And this is incredibly powerful and incredibly potent. And so I choose to use the ascorbic acid form. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way. 1/4 of a teaspoon, that's just a sprinkle in some water, taken 2 to 3 times a day. That's what we're taking. That's one of the important things that we're taking along with all this other stuff. Okay, so what else are we doing? Castor oil packs is something that we do not every day, but maybe a couple times a week at this point. And all that requires is soaking a bit of material with castor oil and applying it on the right side of the rib cage and under the rib cage area, and just over the liver area. Look at a diagram of where the liver is at, put it over that area, saran wrap it, leave it on there for a couple hours with the heat pack on. You want to warm that up. And do that a couple times a week. For us, we use the material that's soaked in the castor oil, and then we put a square of saran wrap over the top and we tape it down and let the kids sleep with that on there. They don't sleep with the heat pack, but I still feel like there are benefits that come from the castor oil being applied and being on there all night long. Why castor oil? Castor oil is antimicrobial. It helps improve lymphatic drainage. It helps support the liver and the gallbladder. It helps detox the liver. There are so many wonderful benefits just by applying that onto the liver area. So along with that, that helps in a similar way is taking 1 teaspoon of olive oil once or twice a day. And olive oil, you may ask, why olive oil? Well, it's antimicrobial, and the oil helps flush out the liver, and it has those antimicrobial benefits. So it's helping to clean out the liver, and it's helping to kick out the the pathogens, possible viruses, possible bacteria. And so it's helping to clean out the liver in that way. These are 2 basic simple steps that we're taking. I think it's good to start focusing and preparing the liver now. You could take an herbal liver tea as well, but right now we're just kind of focusing on the castor oil. Once things start hitting or coming closer, I would be more aggressive with what we're doing for the liver. But right now, this is it. This is the extent of what we're doing. So I purchased this gallon of castor oil from Amazon. The only downside to this is that it's not organic. I thought it was when I purchased it. When I came, I looked at the bottle and I thought, what did I purchase? So you want let me make sure I'm saying it right. Cold pressed, cold processed castor oil, preferably organic, when you are using that for cleansing the liver. So this is basically it. I mean, just these supplements right here kind of looks like a lot when you look at it, but it just is a small bowl. There's not very much at all that you're taking every day. And then of course you apply the castor oil. And let me say this because it will be in the information sheet. Before I apply this onto the liver, I spray the magnesium oil onto the liver, because what's that going to do? It's going to help the liver to relax. It's going to help everything open up. And then you apply the castor oil soaked material onto the liver, wrap it up. And I think this just helps the castor oil be even more effective and beneficial. So that is basically what we're doing right now. We're taking that vitamin C, a multivitamin, zinc, and vitamin D3 along with the magnesium every day. Simple pills, not very much. You can split it up if you want to. One tip that I will give you right now is don't take vitamin D at night. It can mess with the melatonin, so you'd want to take it in the morning, and it may make it so you don't sleep as well. The prebiotics can easily be mixed in a cup with the vitamin C, so you can put these together and sip away at it, like a third of it, a few times a day. So you're getting the prebiotics, the vitamin C, that easy, in maybe just like a glass jar or something that you take with you to work or that you drink throughout the day. I kind of prepare them for the kids in the mornings, and they know this is what they need to be drinking every day. And then of course this can be done at night or during the day. If you sit down and watch a movie with your kids, just say, hey, let's just get a bit of that castor oil on everybody's bodies. And you could do a hot water bottle pack. That's usually what we tend to do because we have several of those. I'll have a link to that down below. Those are super affordable, and it's a great prepper. It's a great prepper tool or product because it will help keep you warm during a disaster. But once it comes to castor oil, it just helps warm up that area there, so it's more effective. And and then the magnesium oil to go with it to help increase the magnesium in the body. But that's basically it. I hope that's not overwhelming. Really, it is pretty simple in my mind anyway, because they are basic supplements that we would just be taking every day anyway, besides a little extra step with the prebiotics and the castor oil. And yeah, I'll have links to where you can purchase these things down below, or you can just choose to purchase it whatever brand you're wanting, from whatever store you're wanting to get it from, because everybody has their own type of supplements that they really like. Now that I've talked about the basics of what we're doing, basic supplements that we're taking, some additional steps that we're doing like the castor oil, the olive oil, we need to keep in mind that there are some basic things outside of that we need to do in order to help protect ourselves. This would include things like washing our hands frequently, especially if we've been out in public. Don't touch your eyes, nose, mouth, or even your ears after you've been in public before washing your hands thoroughly, or using hand sanitizer, or spraying your hands with Hyperidox. Hyperidox is our preferred choice that we use, even more so than hand sanitizer. And just remember, when you're washing your hands, doctors suggest that you wash your hands twice singing the happy birthday song each time. So you're spending a good few minutes washing your hands very thoroughly. And then there are two other very high recommendations that I would make. Those would be, try to reduce the stress in your life. Especially we women, we tend to pile on so much onto our plates that we just end up running ourselves down and destroying our health. And this is not a time to be doing that, not with what's going on, and especially because our families need us and they need us to help take care of them, to help protect them. And maybe just kind of watch over, it'd be a good idea to watch over your family and your children. Are they piling on too much on their plates? Are they stressing themselves out? Stress will run down the immune system, and we don't want that. And then there is so much evidence that shows that getting adequate amounts of sleep helps boost the immune system, helps be a huge protective mechanism to the body, helps the body recuperate. That's where our bodies help make hormones. There's so much healing that occurs while we're sleeping, and we need to be making sure that we're getting plenty of sleep. And then, of course, diet plays into all of this. If we're going to be eating all kinds of junk food and unhealthy foods, that is not going to help the situation. My main 3 recommendations are this. Just make sure you're getting an adequate amount of nutrition and fiber in your diet. That would mean eat plenty of vegetables, eat plenty of fruits, get those greens into your diet. If you don't eat very many greens, get a green powder of some kind into your diet. Moringa is an amazing nutrient-packed source, but there are plenty others out there. And sugar, we need to just not eat as much sugar as we're eating. It just is destructive to the immune system, and it is acidic to the body. It's even toxic to the body. It's addictive. There's so many different reasons why we don't want to be consuming a lot of sugar. If you are going to be eating sugar, I mean, the best recommendations, the best thing we can do regarding sugar is eat healthier forms of sugar that contain minerals and nutrients that help our body to absorb those sugars way better than those white processed sugars that are out there. So date sugar, coconut sugar, other palm sugars, or sucanat, rapadura, they're brown, or they're sugars that are brown in color, but that's because they have those nutrients that God intended sugar to have, so that our body processes those better. Those are some way better options than just using white sugar. Let's see. Oh, once it comes to diet, this is the biggest, best recommendation that I can make that I think is incredibly important and valuable. And I think most of us don't really recognize why that is, or even would even think about this. And that is, we have to make sure that we are consuming healthy fats or / oils in our diet. No more vegetable oils, no more corn oils, soy oils, canola oil. That all needs to go out the door. Now, for those of you who have watched my food storage videos, you know that I do recommend storing canola oil. And so you may be wondering, well, now you're saying to throw it out. I'm not saying to throw out your canola oil from your food storage. I think it's valuable to have that in your food storage so you can have some omega-3 fatty acids for food storage purposes. But for this ideal setting here where we're wanting to up it a notch and we have something ugly that's coming our way, let's only consume the healthiest oils possible that help lubricate the cells, that help cleanse and lubricate the liver and all ducts and vessels and valves throughout our body. And those oils, it's as simple as this: extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, some coconut oil, some butter, and flaxseed oil. Those are the fats that we can be and should be consuming, especially the olive oil. And the avocado oil is a second runner-up. Costco sells both of those at very affordable prices. I would highly, highly recommend that those be the only oils that you use. And like I said, some butter, some coconut oil. Flaxseed oil is another excellent oil, but it doesn't taste very good. It has a very strong flavor, so you really got to pick and choose where you're using that. Putting some over a baked potato, mixing some of that into yogurt. It's kind of, you've got to pick and choose where you use that. So really the top two are extra virgin olive oil, organic is always best, and the avocado oil. So And then of course the fats that you consume in your diet are important. Lean fats. Eat fish, but fish that are not from China, but that are from the Alaskan West Coast. So that's incredibly important as well. And then of course the power of prayer. I think you guys already know this. I don't even need to share this, but I can't help but mention it at least. Just the power of prayer, praying for protection, praying for guidance, and knowing what we can do to help protect our family from the virus that's coming our way. But this is video number 1. I will have video number 2 coming next week. And I just want to remind you, the Silver Generator group buy is open right now. This is the last time we'll be selling it at this low of a price for this group buy. So if you've been thinking about getting it, now would be a great time to get it. We always try to make this as affordable as possible for everyone, and that's why we do the group buys, because we know if we can get a huge group, because we know that if we can get a larger group of people together, then we can lower the price of the materials that we purchase because we're buying them in larger quantities, and then we can save everybody money. And I'll be talking about silver in, I believe, the next video. Silver, nano silver, can be taken as a preventative measure. So if you wanted to take it now with all this stuff, taking 1 tablespoon a couple times a day, easy as that, that is definitely an option. But for me, I feel like this is enough for right now. Once it starts hitting closer, I will be taking nano silver every day as well, or giving it to my children every day as well as a preventative measure. There's a study that I had seen many years ago when I first started doing this regarding the efficacy of the nano silver having the ability to protect the cells from viruses. It was hemorrhagic type of fever in particular that the study was researching, and they found that it was the lower ppm, not 20 ppm, not 30 ppm, it was actually around 5 ppm nano silver that had the more effective protective mechanism on the cells against that particular virus. So silver is definitely something that we want to think about, and I'm going to be talking about how valuable hyperredox is. I can't emphasize enough why that one is so valuable, but I'm going to talk about that one in, I believe it is the next video, video 2, possibly video 3. No, video 2, it is video 2. Okay, so I'll have that video coming next week. Right, next week. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll have another video coming soon.